Grüezi und herzlich willkommen to another episode of Living in Switzerland. This podcast is brought to you by Rigby. We are a staffing and project services company based in Zurich. If you or anyone you know of is looking for a new role, or you're looking to hire, let us know. We'd be happy to help. The best way to do that is by going to rigby.ch/apply and filling out the form. Then, if we have anything that might be of interest, we'll gladly let you know. Lastly, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll post more full episodes, shorts and clips about living and working in Switzerland. So you obviously started My Swiss Story before you got a job, but imagine someone already has a job in Switzerland and would like to start a side project or, different additional type of work. Is that possible? Do Swiss companies typically allow you to have another side project like that?
I mean, it's a little bit of a different kind of a project, but I also teach, right? So I would say I do really have 3 jobs and they coexist. And the important part behind having, different passion projects or like having a side hustle or a side project is being transparent, right? Your primary employer should know that you're doing this out of a hobby or if you're getting paid for something. I think ideally you have around 45 hours of a work limit.
Yeah, it's limited, isn't it? Yeah.
And say you work for a couple of hours outside your 40 hours, if you have like a full-time role of 40 hours and you have 2 or 3 hours that you're dedicating somewhere. So I do a couple of lectures, which kind of come out of those, those additional hours that I can work at times. But it's always a wise idea to kind of have a discussion with your primary employer about it. I don't have much experience, but if there's some sort of a conflicting interest between the two things that you're doing, that could sometimes lead to you not staying compliant.
Yeah, so as different as possible, not in the same industry ideally, because otherwise there could be a conflict.
And My Swiss Story and my job as a technology lead are poles apart.
So exactly. So different,
there's no commonality, but it's a great idea too. I mean, there's so many people, so many expats, especially that I see, they start their own coaching business or they start their own line of clothes or there's so many things that they are doing and it's so interesting. And I think it's also a very straightforward approach. I don't know that because I am not like a profit building enterprise at the moment. Okay. So we at My Swiss Story are pretty much like just a platform that's registered, but not kind of doing like the normal course of taxation and things like that. But I'm sure it's again another straightforward process and very process oriented.
I'm sure.
And I think if you are initially, you can optimize costs with, like in the case of My Swiss Story, what we do, because I work on so many things, I've always had virtual assistants. It's nice. And it could be based out of another country. That you optimize costs a little bit. You could have volunteer positions. You could have interns in your organizations when you're just beginning, in case you need, additional staff.
And I think you said there's lots of people who want to do that kind of thing in Switzerland, right? There are lots of maybe young people trying to get started and they would be happy to be a volunteer for a while.
A lot of them, yes. So, but I mean, if you really do have a project that you have been thinking about and you really want to kind of get started with it, I think there are many, many compliant ways of doing that. So kind of don't hold back is my biggest.
Go for it.
Don't hold back. Go for it. Yeah.
Like and subscribe if you're interested in life and work here in Switzerland. We'll be making more episodes like this, so please follow along for more. And if you're looking for a job here in Switzerland, let us know by filling out the form at rigby.ch/apply. We'll then be in touch whenever we have a requirement that might be of interest to you.